Hello, I'm Heather Sterling from OH Help. Here are your top 10 tips towards training your rescue dog. These tips are collected from dog behaviourists, dog handlers and successful rescue dog rehomers. The most important advice for dealing with your new rescue dog is to be consistent. Now, for the purpose of this top 10, and for simplicity, we will refer to your dog as he, rather than saying he or she all the time. So tip number 1, respect his past experiences, but make sure you're consistent to give him a firm impression right away that he's safe and there's ordered security. Firstly, don't feel sorry for your rescue. Forget his past, start from today and work on his future with him. Each time you come in contact with him, when you come down from the bedroom, when you come into the house, ignore him for a few minutes and wait for calm. This will quietly let him know who is the pack leader, and it's important for your future life with him. I know it's exciting to have a new dog at home, but please take things slowly and calmly. When you get him back to your house, take him straight away quietly into the garden on a lead to have a wee after the journey and have a look around his new patch. You can let him wander round the house exploring, and you will have laid his bed out where he'll have his own space and his water bowl. Make sure you take him outside for sniffs and wheeze often at first, and especially before you go to bed at night and first thing in the morning. This will start him learning his routine for a happy life with you. Command consistency. Make sure the whole family is consistent with the agreed commands that have been taught to the dog. Avoid joining command words together, that is, use sit and not sit down, as this will only cause confusion to the dog. Always precede a command with the dog's name. Most important are words of praise and a separate release word saying off you go or go play to show the dog he's off duty now. Add to the command consistency routine. Be consistent in your actions. Start from day 1. Show him his bed and own space, and then at the end of the day go up to bed and leave him. You have to start the way you mean to go on. Consequences equals behaviour. Behaviour is led by its consequences for your dog. Think about it. You need to understand this and stay one step ahead to encourage behaviours that you want. Anticipation's the name of the game. The dog's behaviour is designed to gain or maintain control of resources. Now this is interesting. Resources are anything the dog needs or enjoys, and resources can therefore also be used as rewards. Food treats, a quoit or toy, even being with you and getting brushed or stroked, they're all dog's resources. Food treats are used initially to lure or encourage a dog to do what you want. Then he's given the treat to reward the action. While training, when the dog is in the desired position, try sitting at first. Add the command word. Then, if it's consistently used, it'll be associated with that specific action. Stand squarely in front of him, get his attention, hold a small treat above his nose, and clearly say the word sit. When he sits, of course, give him the treat and praise him. As well as sit, as you use as your reboot, so to speak, other necessary commands you will need will be his name. When you get his attention and he comes towards you, reward him. Wait. And then off you go, or go play, as a release word. We'll leave more advanced instructions until later. Let your dog come to grips with you, family, environs, and your commands for now. There's two interesting things here for you. Dogs have no understanding of right or wrong. Dogs only respond to rewarding or non-rewarding circumstances of everything they do. Now this is interesting as well. The dog does not have a guilty look. It is just appeasement behaviour. The dog is trying to turn off your anger and so calm you down, although he doesn't know why. Dog accident? Take the dog to another room, then clear it up. He hasn't had a kind word or telling off, so this behaviour hasn't been rewarded or reacted to in any way. Also, keep stuff out of his reach and make sure he gets enough exercise so he's not pent up and frustrated with energy to burn. Don't forget, it's non-reward rather than punish for undesirable behaviour. And learn to think ahead. Remember, to prevent accidents in the house, take him outside often, and don't leave a dog locked up for longer than a few hours. When in the wild, a dog misbehaving is shunned and ignored by the pack leader and the pack. By obeying a command to gain a reward, the dog is submitting to your will. The dog will learn that you are the pack leader. Now, earlier we spoke about not responding to bad behaviour, but turning away, going into another room. Later, address the dog, tell him to sit, and reward him. Then you are rewarding satisfactory behaviour and not reacting to negative behaviour. You can always use the word sit and its reward to bring situations back to normal, a sort of reboot, if you like. Ignoring misbehaviour is probably the most difficult thing to do and the hardest thing to successfully achieve. If the dog jumps up, which is totally unacceptable, ignore it, step back quickly, fold your arms and half turn away, then ignore the dog. In the wild, a misbehaving dog is shunned by the rest of the pack, as we said, and the pack just walks away, so the offender learns that that behaviour is not worth repeating. Another method is distraction, sound aversion. So we put some small pebbles in an old baked bean can and tape up the top. And keep this tool handy while training your new dog. And shake it when he misbehaves. You will then get his attention. And then you can slip into your routine of telling him to sit. And he'll sit and he gets his reward, and that's broken the behaviour. Don't shout your dog's name in anger. We want him to always associate his name as a signal that something good's going to happen, i.e. in front of the command to sit and receive a treat, or come and receive a treat. So always try to use the dog's name only before something pleasant, and then go on to a command request and reward. A dog's actions to get attention can include jumping up, nibbling, licking, and other attention-seeking behaviours. And these have been learned as a way of gaining attention and cannot be allowed. We don't know how long this technique has been working for him, so we have to be consistent and patient, and it will work for us. So ignore the behaviour, turn away, go into another room and shut the door. Show him by your failure to react, and he will stop trying that behaviour on with any luck. And again, make sure the whole family understands and treats the dog the same way with the same commands. We've been talking about the behavioural aspects of the new rescue dog here with regard to methods of basic training, i.e. ignoring the negative, keeping calm, being consistent, and bearing in mind at all times the pack mentality. And you are the leader of the pack. Remember that you're the leader and not the dog. He should wait for you to open the door and go out, and tell him when to exit, not barrel past you into the garden. Well, the most important thing to remember is that dogs need regular exercise, whatever the weather. Dogs need exercise, whatever the weather. Well, our team at OH Help are at present preparing a full digital online course for training and handling your rescue dog. We will go much further into problems and how to deal with them, with input again from dog behaviourists, dog handlers, working dog trainers, groomers and successful rescue dog rehomers. Now our bonus page follows on house training and what to do when accidents happen. Bonus: house training. Never punish the dog for errors, and on no account should the dog's nose be rubbed in the mess. This will only serve to increase the dog's anxiety and so make the problem worse. An owner coming in then, angry, will only confuse the dog more and probably make him wee with fright, and there is absolutely nothing gained here. So the solution is to make sure you take the dog outside to empty himself regularly, and always before you go out or to bed. It's better to prevent a problem than solve it. At OH Help, we are not veterinary surgeons. Our advice and information comes from dog behaviourists, dog handlers and successful rescue rehoming families. We advise you to book your new dog in with your local veterinary surgeons as a first step. They will advise you on injections and other health matters, and also will recommend a local dog trainer if your problems need hands-on physical help.